Let's hear it for John F. O'Donnell.
Eric! What's up, guys? How's everybody doing? Hell yeah! I so appreciate all you guys being here. Give yourselves a round of applause for doing this, huh? It's gonna be fucking fun. Guys, I fucking finally got my Tom Waits t-shirt in the fucking mail. Today, you guys! And I put it on and I was like, holy shit, my life is gonna unfold now in front of me. This utopic, perfect, euphoric vision of my life will happen because I'm rocking a Swordfish Trombones Tom Waits album cover shirt that kind of looks kind of weird and doesn't fit right. You know what I mean? But I just figured it was gonna be great, you know? Like I finally found this black crushed velvet jacket that I've just been opining for about 7 years, and once the weather's right, I'm gonna rock that down the streets of Bushwick, and people are gonna be like, oh shit, oh shit. Because you gotta do what you gotta do to feel alive, man, you know? I listen to good music to do it. Tom Waits, Jeff Buckley, Leonard Cohen, Ice Cube solo work from the early 90s. I know what I'm into. Eclectic tastes of all the sorts. Ice Cube, man. Mr. Cube. It's weird when you call him Mr. Cube. He's got this album from 1992. It's called Predator, right? You guys all know it. There's a track on there called When Will They Shoot? You guys are all familiar. This is when Ice Cube was crazy, man. He was out of his gourd. This is the lyric. This is what he says. He goes, they killed JFK in '63, so what the fuck you think they'll do to me? Nothing. Put you in shitty movies with children? I don't know, bro. Certainly not assassinate you. I saw your ass in a Coors Light commercial yesterday, son. Yesterday. But who knows? You know, by they, he's referring to the government, man. Maybe that's what the government did. Maybe they didn't assassinate him, but they were like, oh shit, we better make him famous, because otherwise he's going to be such a badass, strong black man that if he is lacking in anything in his life, he's going to lead some sort of revolution that is going to displace the white power structure that exists. So we got to just give him everything he wants, always. We must sacrifice to him countless white women. You know what I mean? Or else we're fucked. I don't know. The government's fucked, man. I don't know what's going on. You never do know. We live here in New York, in Brooklyn. We're doing what we can to maintain some sort of edge. I don't know. Do we have an edge? They say there's no edge left in New York. I don't know if there's been an edge since I've been here for a fucking decade. It feels very pussified, very flaccid, penisified, if you will. If you will allow. But it's still fun. There's enough weirdness going on. There's enough stimuli popping up to make it interesting. I like hearing snippets of conversation by strangers out of context. I especially like when the context is so insane I can't even really figure out what it could possibly be. I heard a guy say this. He goes, you know, if that plane crashed, I would have made a lot of money, man. What? How, dude? How would you have made that? Are you some sort of demented gambler who's placing long shot bets on planes crashing, dude? Like a monster? Yeah, what sort of odds can you give me this direct flight from Seattle, Washington to Burlington, Vermont, crashing an engine failure, leading to the untimely death of over 100 innocent souls? 9.2 million to 1. I'd be an asshole not to take that bet. I got an inside tip from the Weather Channel. This one's going down. Fucking monster, yo. But I don't know, am I a better person than that fictitious man I made up? I don't know. I picked up a girl because she was crying outside a bar. What does that say about me? Huh? I was like, oh great, that's my demographic, I guess. They don't call me the rock bottom kid for nothing. Bang, 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 bang. Hey, is your life falling to shit, feeling real insecure? I'll come sweep up the pieces of your broken heart. I picked her up, man. It was cool. We went back down by the East River. It was real classy, you know? Took her right to the East River, you know? And then we stared at the sun coming up and this beautiful panoramic view of Manhattan. And then we were just making love doggy style. Just picture it. It was beautiful. It was tender and passionate and full of emotion. The only way to describe how amazing it was, it felt with every thrust that we were creating a sustainable alternative energy resource to fossil fuels. You know what I mean? Like some sort of weird pulley system that was just so full of love that we were energizing the universe. And then when we came, we knew in our hearts and our mind that we had indeed reduced our carbon footprint. And that's how you have sex. I've had some sexual experiences. I've had a couple threesomes. What? They've never gone well. The first one was a long time ago, and it was me, a girl, and another girl. Hot. One of the girls was straight, but when she drinks, she gets kind of bisexual, you know? And the other girl was a total lesbian that wanted nothing to do with me at all throughout, you know? That's how we were doing it. And I remember at one point during, I just reached my hand up to grab this perfect, voluptuous, floppy lesbian breast, and she just swatted my hand away. So that was the first one. And then the next one wasn't too long ago, and it was me, a girl, and another guy. What? Don't worry, he was a good friend of mine. It wasn't weird. It actually didn't feel weird, you know? There was no boner rubbage or anything like that. And how about this? I think it's tough to be a woman in this day and age, in modern culture, in America, and maybe sometimes a woman deserves to be loved on and serviced and pleasured by not one, but two men that can exalt her up and put her on the Earth Mother Gaia Goddess pedestal she deserves, you know what I mean? After hitting on her in a bar and playing pool for an hour, you know? Because that's what we did. Then we took her back to her place. Real classy. And then we're going at it. We're doing our thing. And I think it's great. It's fun. But here's the thing, you guys. I didn't realize after I orgasmed how long they were going to continue having sex, you know? It was a long time, you guys. I was like, oh, so that's how adults do it. Good to know. Good to know. At one point in this situation, I just became the DJ, you know? I was like, oh, you guys are still going at it? Yeah, no problem. I'll put them on the B-side of this Bob Marley record. Three white people having sex to Bob Marley? It's horrifying, right? Buffalo Soldier. Oh, yeah, dreadlock Rasta. It's fucked up, man. My life's okay now, you know? Things are fine. A few years ago, things got really gnarly because of my bipolar disorder. Because of my manic depression, I smoked some weed when you shouldn't do, and it triggered a manic episode, which gave me grandiose thoughts where I thought I was Jesus. You know what I mean? But and when you think you're Jesus, paying the rent really isn't at the top of the list. You know what I mean? So, you know. I gotta pay my fucking rent? I'm Judith. So I lost my apartment, you know, and so I had to move back in with my grandmother in New Jersey, and she's great. She's an angel on earth, but still, it's kind of depressing to move in with your grandmother as an adult. But I did that, and she lived in a town in New Jersey called Bayonne, right? And it's a weird town, and the thing is, it's a pain in the ass to get there from the city. You have to take the subway to then the PATH train to the light rail. And if you guys don't know what the light rail is, it's basically an above-ground glorified trolley for the souls of the damned. That's what that is. It goes between Hoboken, Jersey City, and Bayonne. So if it's late at night, like, as you guys know, the subway runs 24 hours, PATH train into Jersey runs 24 hours, but the light rail, the last one leaves at 2:10 a.m., and if you miss that one, the next one's not till 6:10 a.m. And if that happens, you have two options. One, you can get a cab, which costs $40. You can always haggle them down to $30, so you guys know. But then they're really mad at you the whole trip for some reason. But just keep that in mind, okay? The second option is you can go inside the Hoboken train terminal. There's these long benches with all these homeless people, and you can just sort of exist amongst the homeless for a while, which I've done dozens of times. And when you're living amongst the homeless for 4 hours, you don't necessarily feel homeless. You don't. But you definitely feel like your comedy career is not going as well as you want it to go. You're definitely acutely aware of that situation, you know? So what I would try to do to feel better about myself is off to the side there was a shoe shine station. And the shoe shine station seat was raised up really high, you know? So I'd sit on top of that seat and I'd just survey the entirety of the Hoboken train terminal and pretend that I was like the king of the world's saddest kingdom, you know? And all the homeless people were my loyal subjects, and they'd give me offerings of precious things, like old newspapers and broken shoes and half-drinking bottles of NyQuil, you know what I mean? It really didn't help. It was a really miserable time in my life, and it was challenging, but, you know, things are good now. Not really, you know what I mean? But I'll tell you, even back then and even now, like with all my bitching and moaning, whining, complaining, I don't feel justified in any of my psychological pain at all, you guys. Because every time I complain, all I hear in my head is, meh, I'm a white man living in America. Everything's so difficult for me. Meh. Yeah, sure, my family could afford to buy me every new video game system as it came out, which is an allegory for the relative economic comfortability I grew up with. Yeah, sure. Yeah, sure. But how come black women won't fuck me? I'm really attracted to black women, but they're not attracted to me. Robert De Niro gets to have sex with black women. Well, at least his wife, she's black. Why not me, white man, American? Yeah, sure, 3 billion people live on less than $1 a day, and a child dies of a starvation-related illness every 6 seconds in the world. But how come the video chat app on my smartphone only works sometimes? White man, America. Some bullshit, you know? And there's so many people whose lives are so fucked. I can't complain, you know? Here's one. I saw this guy, when I did used to live in Jersey, I have to take the PATH train home, right? If you miss the PATH train late at night, it takes a very long time for the next one to come. So one time I'm walking up the steps, and right as I get to the top of the platform, the train leaves, and I bug out. I bug the fuck out at the MTA worker on the platform, like it was his fault somehow. Like he was like, hurry up, train, get moving. Johnny's a-coming, fuck him. You know what I mean? But I go like, oh, great, man, missed the train, thanks a lot. Nice work, dude. Like a real piece of shit, right? And I go, when's the next train coming? He goes, half an hour. I go, half an hour? Way to go. What a fucking asshole I am, you know? So that happens, then I sit down, and I'm just looking down for a while, and I look up a moment later, and I see now this guy is standing directly on top of the subway tracks with a stick with a claw on the end of it, and he's picking up garbage directly off the fucking tracks, and I'm complaining about my fucking life. If I was that guy, I would have been like, "Oh, you missed your train, did you? Oh, you missed your train. I feel so bad for you. Gotta wait half an hour, huh? Your life's difficult. I missed a train once. Which train, you ask? The train of life. How about that, huh? The life train. Choo-choo out of the station. Huh? You think I thought when I was growing up I'd end up picking garbage directly off the subway tracks with a stick with a claw on the end of it, huh? I had dreams once. I wanted to be a dancer. How about that? How about that? A modern interpretive dancer. All right, fine. Perhaps that is not true, but I didn't want to do this. This job is worse than what most criminals have to do in jail, and I didn't even get to stab my ex-wife in the chest with an ice pick. It's bullshit. And trust me when I tell you, subway track garbage is the dirtiest of all garbage. I don't get any respect in the entire garbage community. I don't get invited to the holiday parties, the informational seminars, none of it. I'm like a leper out here. What's that now? How did this happen to me? I got 5 words for you. It wasn't not crystal meth. Yeah, man. I never fuck around with no crystal meth. I can't do drugs of any sort recreationally, you know, because of the bipolar, right? So it's like, to avoid even marijuana is important. I drink very intermittently, not very much. It's important that I keep my stress levels like low and that I have a consistent sleeping pattern. It's fine. You know, there's all these things, it's fine. You know, the fact that I've been able to move forward and I talk so honestly about it is a true triumph of the human spirit, and you guys love me and respect me for that, and I really am an important person culturally in the 21st century, so it's cool, right? But, faux arrogance. Okay, but, this thing is, slightly veiling real, okay, but, okay. So, the thing is this, and that's fine. But the last time I went to my psychiatrist, he told me I also need to avoid coffee, tea, soda, and chocolate. All right, come on, man. All right, if my brain chemistry is so fragile and infantile that coffee, tea, soda, or chocolate makes me lose my marbles, I'm fucking done. You know what I mean? Oh, have you seen John lately? He's been acting weird. Yeah, I saw him running around the neighborhood wearing a dashiki with a gold crown on his head, singing Bob Marley's Redemption song in an over-the-top Irish accent. Yeah. Last time I saw him, he was sitting outside a church in his underpants, screaming at the top of his lungs that inevitably carrot juice, marijuana, and hugs were going to replace money as a better form of currency. Yeah. He told my sister that if she let him make love to her, his penis would grant her eternal life. What do you think happened to him? Well, rumor has it he drank some green tea. That'd be so fucked, you know? But I'm good. I'm doing fine. I'm a good person. People like me. I'm smart, you know? I'm into science. Ladies. You guys are all into science here. I can vibe it, you know? You guys are into string theory. I get it. I know what you want. I'm into string theory. It's awesome. I read a whole book about it called The Elegant Universe, and I couldn't understand it at all. And I fucking loved that. Why? Because it completely filled up my brain, the ideas did. And it didn't leave me any room left to fucking hate myself, you know? There was no room left for self-emotional abuse, you know? I was trying to wrap my head around an 11-dimensional theoretical framework of particle physics that claims to reconcile an otherwise fundamental incompatibility between general relativity and quantum mechanics, y'all. I simply did not have the time to reflect upon the horrifying thought that all of the women I've ever loved have never loved me back. You know what I mean? There was no room left in mammalian for that. And it was good. And it was good. I'm into all sorts of awesome, weird, smart shit, you know? Like Frederick Nietzsche, the philosopher, we all love him. A lot of people think it's pronounced Nietzsche, it's actually Nietzsche. I'm not saying that to be a dick and like wield that knowledge over you like some sort of cultural capital, sort of Damocles, like a monster, but it's actually how you pronounce his name, so I think we should just fucking do it, whatever. So I did that, but I'm not like, it's Nietzsche. I wouldn't do it like that. Like, in Brazil they speak Portuguese, not Spanish. Like, I'm not gonna be a prick like this. Oh, you don't know every word of the BCD side of that Nutrimilk Hotel, LEGP? You know what I mean? I'm not gonna be a prick like that to you, right? But he has a book called The Gay Science. Again, the word gay was written before 1969 when the homosexual community co-opted the word gay, which I think is fine and beautiful, but basically means gay, playful, mirthful. So it's the mirthful, playful science, and it's amazing, the Nietzsche book written in 1893, as you guys know. There's two quotes in particular in there that I fucking love that are really interesting, make me feel good about myself, and are fascinating. One of them, he says, as evolving beings, our newest attribute is consciousness, and it's still imperfect, thus it can still hurt us. Whoa. Then this one makes me feel really good. Then he says, maybe one day laughter and wisdom can come together to heighten consciousness. Whoa. Whoa. That means as a comedian at my best, I'm an agent of evolution of consciousness, son. What do you think about that? What do you think about that? Dad? Huh? Huh, Dad? Huh, Dad? What do you think about that, Dad? Huh? Dad? Aren't you glad I didn't become a lawyer? Dad? Dad? I'm heightening people's consciousness up here, so we all realize we're one. How am I doing it? By telling one finger blast joke after another. I'm the best. I gotta play this for you. You guys, my dad is a dick, all right? Let me play this for you, just to show you how much of a monster he fucking is. This is the last voicemail that he left me. This is fucked up. This is what my dad messaged me. You ready?
Hey, John, this is Dad. Just calling to see how you doing. Love you, love you, love you. Give me a call when you get a chance.
So yeah, that's my dad, a real monster, not supportive at all, with your passive-aggressive love you, love you, love you. You know what I mean? No, he's cool. He's a good guy. I like, I don't know. I like things. Comedy's good. I get to travel. I was just in New Orleans doing shows. It was cool. The people down there right now, they seem really happy. Everybody seemed really cool and really happy, and it was great. And I think it's different from us up here. I think they're just living to live. Unlike people here, we're very sort of oppressed and demoralized by the stranglehold of the noose of ambition. Whoa! Pooh, mind's blown. Right there. Deep insight into the human condition of life in New York City. Yeah. You guys know the song, New York City, concrete jungle, where dreams are made of, unless you are failing, which is the case for most of us, especially if you're in the autistic community. Because it's really hard to monetize your work in this free culture movement. Screw you, Jay-Z, your song is inaccurate. Yeah, failure remix. Failure remix. Failure. But I had fun down there, man. New Orleans. Everybody was really cool. Happy, but there was a couple people that were a little bit too happy for my taste. A little bit offensively happy. Let me tell you about them. It was a couple, and they were doing karaoke. Bunch of real dorks, okay? Let me explain. The girl was wearing a Green Bay Packers jersey. Obnoxious, right? And the guy was wearing flip-flops. You know the type, you know? And it's fine. They were doing karaoke. That's cool. You know, it's not my cup of tea. But if you're into it, great, you know, like live and let live. But here's the problem. The song that they were singing at karaoke, now euphorically, mind you, without a care in the fucking world, was what song? It was the song Zombie by the Cranberries, you guys. All right? Yeah. Are you familiar with that song? It was written in 1994, and it's a protest song about the then ongoing troubles in Northern Ireland between the Irish Catholic nationalists and the British Protestant Unionists, and it was a bloody guerrilla war that led to the death of thousands of people, and as you guys know, it started in the late 60s and lasted for over 30 years, culminating in January 30th, 1972, with the Bloody Sunday incident, which took place in Derry, as you guys know, where a number of British paratroopers showed up and opened fire into peaceful civil rights protesters, killing the 13 innocent men, women, and children. As you guys know, if you delve deeper into the history, you'd know that England colonized Ireland for over 800 years, and Ireland didn't even get their independence until 1921, well into the 21st century. What? I mean 20th century. What? Are you kidding me? After the Easter Uprising that started in 1916, and then you know, when they won their independence, there was a compromise, which was the Anglo-Irish Treaty, which created the Republic of Ireland in the south, and then Northern Ireland, the 6 counties known as Ulster, which remained part of the United Kingdom. And that caused a lot of problems amongst the Irish government and army at the time. And then there was actually a civil war in Ireland. What? Irish people killing Irish people, very sad chapter in the history. And it's not like things got good after that, you know? In the North, the minority Catholics were completely pushed out of the political process and couldn't get any access to housing or jobs, and they were really oppressed. And then in the Republic, it had a real isolationist policy, as you guys know, because they knew they needed to look inward to find an identity for their newfound nation state, you know? And I do realize at this point I'm just showing off my ability, you guys, to read and somewhat memorize a Wikipedia page. But what I'm saying is, you can't be all happy singing Zombie by no Cranberries, nerds. That's what I'm saying. You know? Let's talk heaven, you guys. Let's talk heaven. Let's talk heaven. You guys believe in heaven? It's okay if you do. I mean, you're wrong, but it's cool if you do. I want to believe in heaven. I want to believe, you guys. Why would you not want to believe? It sounds amazing. A peaceful, blissful eternity that you go to forever after you die. Sign me up. But I can't believe in it because of thinking. You know what I mean? Because thinking. That's why I can't believe in it. I can't even picture in my head what heaven will be like. The best I can come up with in heaven, there's just slip and slides every place, you know? Yeah, remember those yellow plastic slip and slides? They're all over heaven, right? But at the end of them, it's not a little like kiddie pool filled with water. At the end, instead, it's a bunch of awesome, like pan-racial mega orgies, you know what I mean? All over, yay, yay, yay. So you slip and slide into a mega orgy. Do that, and then you slip and slide into another one. Yeah, you know? And then when everybody across all of like the ceased color, everything bounds of the entire human spectrum orgasms at the same time, it's like, bah, and then slices of pizza rain down from the sky. You know what I mean? Yeah, heaven, heaven, we gonna heaven, we gonna heaven, heaven. You know? I think it's actually dangerous to believe in heaven. From the perspective of the environment, Let me break it down. Because here's the thing. If you really believe that after you die, you're going to go to this other utopic place, in a way it really does undermine your need or desire to really take care of this place. Like, who cares if animals go extinct here if in heaven there's a way cooler version of it, you know? Who cares if these bald eagles go extinct? They look weird with their receding hairlines, you know? I bet in heaven there's amazing eagles with long, flowing blonde locks of hair. Oh, look at that one go. Oh, he's so majestic with his beautiful hair. Oh, look at that one over there. It's got the most amazing set of dreadlocks I've ever seen. Oh, fly on, Rasta Eagle. Fly on, Rasta Eagle. Heaven. keep it on and on and on and on. Have on and on. Have on. Have on. We're gonna have on. Yeah, we're gonna have on. Well, we're gonna have on. Yeah. I think that Breaking Bad is one of the most overrated television shows of all time is something you can say if you want people to hate you immediately. I love that show. I'm not a fucking idiot. I'm John F. O'Donnell. Thank you very much.
Let's hear it for John F. O'Donnell.